So car inspections start out initially with verifying a couple of things. You're going to start by looking to make sure that the angle cocks are open on that, and you'll understand this more when you come down here, and this will make a little bit more sense. But making sure the airflow is open, making sure that your cutout cock is in the proper position, identifying anything wrong with the car. So is there anything dragging from it? Are the doors closed? Is there any leaning or listing to the car? Checking the trucks of the car, so where the wheels are, you're making sure that all the springs, you're not seeing any cracks or any damage. You're checking the wheels to make sure there's no flat spots, that kind of thing as you're walking forward. So as you're walking that one length of train, you're performing that car inspection. In addition to that, you're also going to have to inspect both sides of the car. So when you're looking for the retainer valve, if it's not on one side, you're going to have to cross over and identify that. So that's going to be that in a nutshell. You're also going to complete a brake test, which is just ensuring that you're getting equal brake pressure from the front where the locomotive is all the way to the end of the car. And you do that with the EOT devices that we talked about originally, or a brake gauge as well. Now, after we completed that, we went to the static station and we used a brake stick for the first time. So we've done hand brakes up to this point, but they hand you an extendable brake stick, which allows you to apply hand brakes without actually having to climb on the back of the car. So really interesting. Apparently they're pretty hard to come by. You probably won't get one as a new trainee, but after you mark up, there's a chance you might come along with them. Some people love them and some people refuse to use them. So just an option. It's not required, but it does make your job a little bit easier, and it lets you set hand brakes from either side of the car based on a couple of rules. Outside of that, we finished up the static, and the last hour of my day was study. The way they ran it this time, if you had e-learning at the end of the day or you had a study portion at the end of the day, you can decide where you do that particular study. So you can use any of the classrooms with any of the computers, or you can just go back to your hotel and do it there. When we got back to the hotel for the end of the day, we had to complete a couple of tasks. The first thing was a topic review on power brake law. It's one of those required tests, one of the 8 that you had to complete within the 2 weeks. You need at least a 90% to pass that, and so that they get your certification saying that you did complete it and you had a passing grade. And then the other homework for the evening was taking both the practice signals exam and the practice conductor training exam. And then the suggestion after that is just to repeat it over the weekend so that you have a good understanding of how things work and you get real comfortable with the questions. The questions in the practice are the questions on the test. Keep that in mind.